How's it going, everyone? It is Monday. Uh, I'm tired, bro. It's been a long day. Father's Day yesterday. Posted a video yesterday. Um, cousin's birthday yesterday. Louise's birthday yesterday. Happy birthday, Louise. All right, so um, market opened up today a little bit different than everybody kind of expected. I mean, SPY SPX kind of like came down a little bit, but a lot of other stocks they still did really good overall. They kind of closed into good positions. And we talked about it all day throughout my Discord. I kind of just kept updating throughout the day, but been at work, so there's a lot of questions that people have that I kind of want to talk about. That we're gonna be going over today. Um, this video, I'm more just gonna be kind of reviewing the overall Fibonacci retracement again. Uh, but it's not to mainly just focus on okay, like how do we do it? Instead, it's how did it play out from what I expected yesterday. So that's what we're kind of look at. We're gonna see the companies that it did well on. Some companies were kind of working, but kind of not. Yeah. So overall, that's what we're gonna be doing. So, let's look at AAOI. Actually, let's look at Nokia because we talked about Nokia. So obviously, on the daily chart, we talked about Nokia yesterday. I said Nokia was basically right down here. It tapped into this yellow-green level again, and I was like, okay. I think it's going to come back up because this level holds a lot of it. It is a very volatile section that we've been in from kind of more like the $16 range to the $13 range. It's been up, down, up, down, up, down. Um, so we could see Nokia came up from 1385 all the way up to 1443. And I said it yesterday on the Discord. I said it on the YouTube video as well. Sorry, just fixing that. It looked beautiful and exactly what I thought would happen. And so that's where we currently closed. I think we are going to continue to keep pushing back up. So if you guys are holding Nokia calls or even just contracts, I had to keep holding those. AOI. This is what I kind of marked off through the weekly chart. Kind of just this overall flag where I want to see it bounce off of. But we can see that this overall section is holding this. Arvin! Great kid. This overall section is holding this buyers and sellers pretty well as well. On the weekly chart, the daily chart, very similar kind of situation. Came in here, came back up. So currently, I'm still in and bought a little bit more. I think that can definitely come back up, hit this overall $200 range, and kind of keep going after that. So yes, SMTC is a company I just talked about as well. Kind of shot up from this little level right here. We're looking for currently it to break above 177 previous all-time highs. Bought around 170 today, so actually a very good spot. Arvin. Great kid. So yeah, we're kind of just looking for it to close above that and kind of just go from there. Keeping updating this one on my Discord as well. ADAA is a company that I actually called out at a closer to a top tick, and my overall assumption did not end up working as well as I thought it would. Because instead the company's just been up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. And once again, kind of looking at it, I do still want to see this overall kind of structure break. But Arvin, come on, buddy. It's okay. He's a great kid. Yeah, kind of just $34 to kind of, $34 kind of just break above that. But we're kind of sitting around the $32 range. I talked about this company before. That's why I want to kind of like review it again. I still do think this company looks good overall. I'm not holding contracts anymore. I took a loss. Instead, I got into different companies that I saw a better return from. But if you're looking for something to kind of get into shares for, I think this is a solid company. ERII is the company I talked about yesterday as well. So this is overall the fib retracement as well. I want to look for it to come back down to this 860 range. And then I want to look for calls back up because the calls actually look really nice. It's not super expensive. The price overall looks actually pretty well. And so I kind of want to look for that. So the last company I want to talk about is Dell. Now, this is something I don't want anyone to be getting into. But my overall assumption from this fib retracement, this is one that I will show you guys on how I found. So again, you guys know my Fibonacci settings. this is what you guys need right here. This is very crucial to get exactly what I'm looking at. And of course, you can have whichever ones you guys kind of want. This is the one that I personally like the most, uh, because it's so simple and it makes enough sense for me. Change your colors however you like. This is kind of what I like. So we've seen that if you want to find a trade like this, you grab a fib, you go from the bottom of a single candle all the way to the top of the high of another candle. So for example, this to this. And now we're kind of looking for, sorry, it to come back into this range. My overall assumption. For Dell, how do we find it looking for a put position? We grab it, drop it right here, bring it down to the other candle. So this is kind of what I've seen for Dell. We haven't been able to close above this green mark, 446. And so since today again we closed so negative on Dell, my assumption is that we might be seeing a pullback down into this $400 range, a low like $400 like 390 range as well. Um the reason why I am currently just taking shares in a Dell put instead of any contracts, and I don't recommend most people doing that, is because this overall looks like some kind of trade I would kind of take. Again, this is my main kind of worry on it is when you look at a company like Dell. Dell's earnings, not date. Let's just look at the earnings report real quick. Their earnings absolutely crushed it. Sorry, we're at the wrong spot. Their earnings absolutely crushed it, and they've been crushing it. So, this was kind of crazy. Oh wow, I'm very white. Um, but when you look at a company like that, how can we assume that, just with all this positivity going up, how can they come back down? This is overall just by actual structure of the chart. That's my assumption on it. Do I think we're going to be seeing a pullback all the way down to this, $200, $300? No. Do I think that it could possibly happen? There's always a slight chance. That's why I'm taking a very small position size in this to see where we can end up going and how we can end up moving. So that's overall just the video for today. I just kind of wanted to cover overall what I'm looking at. If you guys have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comments. But the Discord's obviously the best spot to obviously leave them. A lot of like, a lot of light. Yeah. Other than that, I mean, shit, I'm just chilling, bro. It's been, everything's been well. I hope everything's going good with you guys. I'm learning still a lot more with trading and overall looking at charts and just everything else as well. I kind of want to get back into taking a couple more day trades in throughout the day. So we might be doing that. Who knows? We'll see. But until then, I hope you guys have an amazing rest of your guys' day. If you guys have any questions, again, Discord's the first link in the description. It's completely free as well. Like, I'm not the person to charge you guys. It is completely free. If you guys have any questions, leave them in there. I will catch you guys hopefully tomorrow for another video.